much about this guy, but I mean, I've seen his face here and there. I know he's part of that like Ben Shakira, Ben Shapiro like circle, all them Candace Owens types folks. I know he's part of that crew. So I just basically clicked on the video randomly because I was curious as to what he was talking about. And then upon listening to it, I was like, he seems very unaware about certain things. So let's check this out, and I will call, and we'll go from there.
Because it tells you everything you need to know about white privilege.
Oh, sorry. Let's backtrack a little bit.
White privilege, black and lots of tan, a kind of average-looking.
So yeah, basically, if you haven't figured it out by now, he's talking about, he's going to try to explain how white privilege is not a thing as far as looks, and we'll go from there.
Girl with kind of colorful hair. And now she's posted after some kind of cosmetic or maybe surgical makeover with lots of tan product and things on. She looks kind of like a black woman. And she's dyed her hair jet black, and her skin has been darkened, and she's just presenting herself as a black woman. And so the reason I bring this up is not because I follow... Oh, her hair was jet black. I'm sorry. Her new image is that it's platinum blonde in a very sort of dyed out of a can way, and then her skin is extremely dark.
First of all, can we pause at the first issue with this? Can we pause at the first issue that this face, this image is what is considered the image of a black woman? Like, this is a black woman in today's time. If this is what a black woman is considered on a public platform, how are actual black women and regular black women supposed to really just feel what's the word? Not normal, but feel not accepted, but just feel that they have a place. How are they supposed to feel comfortable? Let me just keep it at that. How are they supposed to feel comfortable with their look when this is what they're saying is a black woman's look? Now, to the regular black women who are not into doing all this fake-ish in the world that is saying this is the look of a black woman, like, how is that fair? Especially, it's young girls who I picture. It's young, like 10-year-old girls who are walking around with little afro puffs and little hair ties, still looking like just little young black chocolate girls and just with their natural blackness. But this is the image that they're saying is a black woman. How is she supposed to feel like in tune with her beauty in the world when this is what they say is a black woman? Hair is not a black woman's hair. This is not a black woman's hair. This is a Becky's hair. This face is very painted and splashed on. Look at this. This is not a black woman's face. Like, so how has this become the look of black women? The lips, I'll give you that. That's black girls all day. But still very pufferish and very fishy, just very fake and plastic looking. And this is what they say is the look of a black woman. And it's black women, obviously, as far as the ones that have the platforms and have that are putting this image out there. But you can't blame them only because we as regular black women are consuming it. So as the more you consume it, the more you're giving it a check mark and you're giving it green light. So you're giving these platforms, women in these spaces, green light to continue to represent that this is the look of black women. Like I said, it's really the little girls who I feel sorry for that are walking around still looking like beautiful black chocolate, beautiful sweethearts. And they got to now deal in a world where they're saying this is what a black woman looks like. Like, really? And now that's where we'll get into with where his reasoning is coming from. So let's keep going.
She's got big, obviously surgically modified lips, and she seems to have had some surgeries. Anyway, she looks much more like a black woman than she previously did. I bring it up because it tells you everything you need to know about white privilege. If white privilege existed, black people would pretend to be white because that would give them a privilege. But what's actually happening. What's actually happening is that white women are pretending to be black.
So that's where I really wanted to, like, the whole point. Black girls, I mean, white girls, yes, pretend to, they tan their skins and all that. But now the culture and the way, the climate of today, no, it is a bunch of black girls pretending to be white. It is a bunch of black girls. The look for black women that's winning right now is to you can't leave home without your white girl hair on your head. You're all painting your faces like white girls do. You're all coming out here contouring your nose. The look right now for black girls is to look more like a white girl. Their face, their skin, their foundation is 3 shades lighter. They are trying to look way more Eurocentric than a black girl is actually supposed to look like. Like, that is what's going on with black women today. So to say, oh, white privilege doesn't exist because there are not black, like, that has almost nothing, like, that was just an argument that just almost didn't even need to be, because that is very not true. Because that's why I say there's a certain, like, out of tuneness, I know it's not a word, but it's my word, out of tuneness to his message, or to his thoughts. Because you look around and even just the fact that he is saying that look, this look, if you look down here, if you look down on the screen, just the fact that he thinks this look is the look of an actual black woman shows the fact that it is actually black women out here trying to look like white women. Why? Because society has said that this is what is considered beautiful for a black woman. You can't go out. You rarely see black women going outside with their own natural hair anymore. If they're in their natural hair, they consider themselves undone. They consider themselves, they're not yet ready. Why? Because they haven't put their wig on. What wig are they putting on? A wig to match what Rebecca's hair looks like. Rebecca, she just woke up and brushed it. Black girls out here sewing it in, doing all this just to do what Becky just woke up in. That's the culture of black women today. So it's not just, oh, there's no white privilege because it's white girls who are trying to look like black girls. That's kind of always been going on. But now that can't stand on itself, because the culture has really almost flipped, or the climate has really flipped to where, no, it's black girls trying to look like white girls. And these white girls that you say are trying to look like black girls, like, I'm sorry, this is not the look of a black girl. So therefore, the white girls are still really not trying to look like black girls. They're just trying to look like the image that has been portrayed as what a black woman is supposed to. It's like almost like a clown outfit. You got all these black celebrities. I will have pictures. You got all these black celebrities that are coming out here with just looking goofy. All the black stars, all the black entertainment artists, they can't leave home if they don't have their white girl face on, which is then painted and drawn on to look like this. So even saying, oh, white girls are trying to look like black girls, they, in the lips, yeah, they are. But everything else, this is not black girl hair. If they were coming out in afros, then I'd say, okay, yeah, maybe. But no, this is not black girl hair. This is white girl hair. She's coming out in just a different hairstyle. That could be her hair. It could be whatever. You don't know, but it's her texture. It's her hair. This is not what it means to look like a black girl. This is a face that's painted on, that black girls have now taken on for themselves to now start participating in. So now they too are walking around drawing their faces on, creating this plastic bimboed look. Because all the top black entertainers right now that's really pioneering, especially the younger black generation of women, this is the look. This is the look.
Lips.
And, let's go back to where we were actually.
Some surgeries. And what's actually happening is that
my bad, I lost track of where we were. All right, let's go.
White women
we'll just start from here.
Pretending to be black. Rachel Dolezal pretends to be black because it gives her social privilege. Jessica Krug. You remember Jessica Krug? She was an.
Does it give her social privilege? Or does it just make her feel cooler in the world? Because I don't see where it's ever been a social socially, okay, socially is the same as far as like it gives you a coolness. It's a more social it's more socially appealing, I guess. But that's pretty much kind of it. When it comes to a black woman trying to look like a white girl, it's socially appealing because she wants to feel more comfortable in the world in a social setting without appearing too black. It's financial reasons too, because she wants to look a little bit less black when she walks into a bank, so the bank people are a little bit more comfortable with her, so she can get what she wants from the bank, or not get looked at sideways because she's in here with an afro. Maybe, there's different reasons. It's my point is, it is more that it has more of a deeper meaning for black women to be out here pretending or trying their best to look like a white girl than it is for a white girl to be out here trying to look like a black girl. A white girl out here trying to look like a black girl isn't gaining as far as in society. She isn't gaining as far as in standards or as far as in access to life. She's more so gaining as far as she thinks it makes her look cooler. That's pretty much it. But now a black woman is not really. Now, a black woman isn't necessarily just doing it to be cooler. She's doing it to be more comfortable because this is the standard of beauty that has been pushed on the world. She's doing it, like I said, to maybe get further. So you don't walk in looking too black. So therefore they are a little bit, so they don't see you as not a threat, but just so they don't see you as, hey man, look at me. Just don't even focus on my blackness. Just look at me as somebody coming in here trying to maybe get this document, this, that, whatever. We live in America. Black people, you know what it is. Even when I go to work, I have dreadlocks. When I go into work, I'm not going out with my dreads wild. And no, I still feel like I have to even tie them up and keep them and look a little bit tamer. So I don't look so rah in a mother sucker's face. Because America really can't handle black. That's why you don't see a bunch of black girls running around with afros. You don't see a bunch of black girls running around with twists. I'm in California, so on the West Coast, yeah, dreadlocks is kind of normal. Twists are kind of normal, but you go outside California, you don't see black girls running around with dreadlocks. Rarely. You don't see black girls running around with twists. Rare. I was in Ohio before I came to California. I don't think I ever met one person with dreadlocks. Come out to California, yeah, everybody out here got dreads. It's normal. But still, you don't see black women really striving to really be Afrocentric. No, they strive to be Eurocentric, to feel more comfortable in this world, in this country of America. So for them to pretend to be white, it's more of what they can gain in their placement in society. When a white girl pretends to be black, it's more just on, just so you think I'm cooler, so you think I'm down, or whatever your reason is. But it's a black woman has more to be gained from pretending to be white. So that right there is more problematic than a white girl pretending to be black.
You, professor, she's just a regular old Jewish lady. She pretended for her career that she was not Jewish, but black. Jennifer Lynn Benton. Jennifer Lynn Benton is a regular old white lady from Indiana, and she pretended to be black, and she had roles in BLM and all sorts of left-wing activism. So you got Rachel Dolezal's Czech, German, and Swedish. Jessica Krug, Jewish. Jennifer Lynn Benton, I don't know, she's just some kind of generic combination of whiteness. All pretending to be black. Even Sachin Littlefeather. Do you remember that Sachin Littlefeather was allegedly the Native American who Marlon Brando sent up to receive his Oscar for him and give a protest of the awful treatment of Native Americans? Just came out, she's not Native American at all. She's just a Mexican lady. Her name's Marie Cruz. She has no connection whatsoever to the Apache Indians.
Take that back, because the Mexicans and Native Indians are the ones that share the land of America. So do they have a connection? Yes. Mexicans and Native Indians were like this in America. It just happens all the Native Indians were slewed and most of the Mexicans got slewed, but then got scooted. The ones that didn't get slewed got scooted over to Mexico, and now they're all squeezed in there. But no, all of America that was America as Native America, North America, was Native Indians and Mexicans. So if a Mexican is coming up to speak, that's why they look alike. You can't even tell the difference between a Native Indian and a Mexican. They were one on the land of North America. So to say, oh, she didn't have a connection, now Hollywood status, I'm not promoting whoever she is, talking about like she's coming out to represent an award, whatever. I'm not talking about that. But to say there's no connection between a Mexican and a native Indian is like, we could go way deep with that. Because no, native Indian and Mexicans used to both share this land as one. So they are connected.
Because there is no privilege in our present culture associated with whiteness. Actually, there's only disadvantage. It's harder to get into college. It's harder to get a job. You're the only race that it is not only permitted but encouraged to insult in our culture. We are told that white people are the only race that you can't be racist against. So yeah, of course, I'm not surprised at all that Bad Baby wants to look like a black lady. Okay, it just shows you how different the popular perception of reality can be.
Only white people feel that way. I'm sorry. You go talk to anybody of any other culture, of any other thing, they'll have their own story, and it is what it is. Everybody has their own story, but I feel like it's only white people that feel that way. Like it is harder. How is it harder for white people to get into college when the college is primarily white? Like, it's harder to get into college, but it's 90% white and 10% black. What? And these are all colleges across America. Every college you go to. I went to 2 different colleges in this country. Yeah. Every college you go to is 80%, let's be realistic. Let's say 75% black. I mean 75% white. And that's being generous, because it's really like 85% white. Every college is 85% white. But somehow it's so hard for them only, specifically white people, to get into a college. But they're the only ones there though. Doesn't that argument seem befitting for an Indian or an African person or a Black American person or a Mexican person that's so minoritied out in these colleges and universities to say it's harder for them to get in? Like, freaking, like, white people sometimes just open their mouth to, like, I feel like they just like hearing themselves sometimes, because clearly you didn't think that through. Clearly, I'm almost done with this, you guys. Let's wrap this up. Just don't make sense.
The reality itself. Right now, head on over to Comic.
Oh, that was the end. Yes. The other segment, the other part of the video, of his video, is a second story, which don't care. Had enough of this guy, Michael Knowles, whatever the heck he is, whoever he is, whatever he is. Let's give people big platforms, yet they still got little brains sometimes. Anyways, I'm not even trying to insult, whatever. He got his opinion, and then there's the opinion of reality. Oh God, Onedo, peace.